This clip I want to get 9 likes to encourage me to keep doing. A blunderbuss is a type of short-barreled firearm with a flared muzzle that was commonly used in the 18th and early 19th centuries. The blunderbuss was a versatile weapon that could fire a variety of projectiles, including shot, nails, and even stones. The weapon was primarily used for close-range combat and was popular among sailors, pirates, and highwaymen. Blunderbusses were also used by civilians for self-defense and by militaries as a weapon of last resort. History of the blunderbuss. The origins of the blunderbuss are unclear, but the weapon is thought to have been developed in the late 17th century. The term blunderbuss may have originated from the Dutch word Donderbus, which means thunder gun. The blunderbuss was originally used as a hunting weapon, but it quickly became popular among sailors and pirates due to its ability to fire multiple projectiles and its short length, which made it ideal for use in cramped spaces. Blunderbusses were also used by highwaymen in the 18th century, who would use the weapon to stop coaches and rob their passengers. The weapon was also used by civilians for self-defense, and it became popular in parts of Europe where firearms ownership was restricted. Design of the blunderbuss. The blunderbuss is a short-barreled firearm that typically measures between 14 and 30 inches in length. The barrel of the weapon is flared at the muzzle, which allows it to fire multiple projectiles in a wide pattern. Blunderbusses were typically loaded with shot, but they could also be loaded with other projectiles, such as nails, stones, or even glass. The weapon was typically fired from the hip or shoulder, and its short length made it easy to maneuver in close quarters. Blunderbusses were often fitted with a flintlock mechanism, which used a piece of flint to strike a steel plate and create a spark that ignited the gunpowder in the weapon's barrel. Uses of the blunderbuss. The blunderbuss was primarily used for close-range combat, and it was popular among sailors and pirates due to its ability to fire multiple projectiles and its short length. The weapon was also used by highwaymen and civilians for self-defense. Blunderbusses were used by militaries as a weapon of last resort. In the 18th and early 19th centuries, most soldiers were armed with muskets, which had a longer range than blunderbusses. However, in close quarters combat, blunderbusses could be more effective than muskets, as they were able to fire multiple projectiles at once. In the late 18th and early 19th centuries, blunderbusses were often used as part of naval boarding parties. When a ship was boarded by enemy forces, blunderbusses could be used to clear the decks of the enemy crew, allowing the boarding party to take control of the ship. In addition to its use in combat, the blunderbuss was also used for hunting. The weapon was particularly popular for hunting birds, as its wide pattern made it easier to hit flying targets. Legacy of the blunderbuss. The blunderbuss played an important role in the history of firearms, and it paved the way for the development of other short-barreled firearms, such as the shotgun. The weapon was also an important symbol of piracy and highway robbery, and it has been immortalized in popular culture through books, movies, and television shows. Today, blunderbusses are primarily used as collectibles and historical artifacts. They are occasionally used in reenactments and historical demonstrations, but they are not commonly used as weapons. In addition to its historical significance, the blunderbuss has also had an impact on the language. The term blunderbuss is still used today to refer to a person or thing that is clumsy or ineffective. This usage reflects the weapon's wide pattern, which made it less accurate than other firearms. In recent years, the blunderbuss has experienced a resurgence in popularity among collectors and enthusiasts. Many companies now produce replica blunderbusses that are designed to look and function like the original weapons. These replicas are often used for historical reenactments and as display pieces. Conclusion: the blunderbuss is a unique and fascinating weapon that played an important role in the history of firearms. Its flared muzzle and ability to fire multiple projectiles made it a versatile weapon that was used by sailors, pirates, highwaymen, and civilians for self-defense. The blunderbuss paved the way for the development of other short-barreled firearms, such as the shotgun, and it has had a lasting impact on the language. Today, blunderbusses are primarily used as collectibles and historical artifacts, but they remain an important part of firearms history. Don't forget to comment, like, and share.